Viruses do not exist. It is just another magic trick to scare people so they will obey again more, listen to mainstream media, and listen to the instruction, and of course, will do anything what the government is saying. Of course, this, as many videos, will not make a lot of people happy. Mostly the ones who worship science and the whole evolution and Big Bang theory and so on. So before anyone is start to typing and start to make his own opinion, think why you're here. If you are just here to keep your same thoughts, then just stop the video. And if you want to look further, then just watch the video until the end, and then you can still and ask any questions you want. There's no problem, but don't try to come and just hit the button before anything happens. So a virus is something computers have. Codes have viruses, and operation system or robots, they have viruses. And this is mostly just a problem for the programmer or the master of the system. But in fact, in life, there are no viruses. The word virus, Latin, means poison or noxious liquid, agent that cause infectious disease. And further on, Louis Pasteur was a French biologist, microbiologist, and chemist renowned for his discovery of the principle of the vaccine. Yeah. So, of course, he is celebrated big time, but we will see why. So, he claimed in 1978 any infectious disease is caused by a given germ. So something just fall by miracle from the sky, as we did before we get monkeys and human. So again, it is just like scientific imagination, and we will see why they came to this conclusion. So Chamberlain, he created a filter to filter pores smaller than bacteria, and described first on the tobacco mosaic disease, this bacterial infection. So this he made this filter that can filter smaller things than bacteria, and if there would really be a so-called virus or even just a bacteria, all this would not make any sense at all, because you need really small special filters to even just filter the bacteria. Anyway, so further on, 1992, Russian Dmitry Novichok gave the first concrete evidence, of course, or more a lecture about the existence of a non-bacterial agent on these tobacco plants. So, in fact, we have something that causes an issue, but for every issue or for every problem, there is always a cause. And of course, monoculture is only one of them. More you plant the same plants one by side by other, then you have more disease. And if you put, like to have more insects and pests on monoculture than on permaculture or divertis or whatever you want to call it in nature. Yeah. So, of course, companies like Monsanto do everything to avoid that, to continue this. Yeah. So this is always like they change something, and of course the tobacco is not coming from this area. So they had the first problem in Spain and Russia and in Europe general, with this kind of pest. First of monoculture, and secondly, it is not a plant that is coming from there. It is way more south, like the soya or the corn. And when you start to plant them in areas where it's way colder, wet, and longer winter, and the earth is different, and so it's the illusion of man to plant other plants on different places, but nature never did it like that. There's a reason for that, and that's why they have to spray it or to find any. This is the whole illusion. Why the people, when you live too far away from the equator, then everything gets messy. Yeah, this is something that ancestors, yeah, they get away from the equator. So. But life is always coming back, no matter how. Yeah, if it's in concrete or in the desert places, or if you dry out places, the nature always provides what is needed. So in desert places, they have like picky stuff that the animals don't eat them, so the ground is covered. This is the same principle than the wolf that is killing the sheep without eating them. It is just because they have nothing to do in nature. Yeah, so he have to eliminate them, and all the farmers are like, oh no. So this is the same principle in nature. If nature always overcomes, yeah, it always repairs itself, and this is happening by bacteria. Yeah. So this is what life is. Yeah, bacteria, the small stuff. They just call it like that, or viruses, or whatever they want to call it. And bacteria, some bacteria are harmful. We will see that by. Most serve as useful purpose to support many life forms, both plants and animals. Yeah, are used in industrial. Yeah, so what are the harmful bacteria really? The thing is also when the people change the location, they change the food. Yeah, this is all petrifying, full of bacteria and dead stuff food. So if you don't have the same issue with the living. So this is all a question of where the people live, and of course, because the people accept kind of bullshit evolution, they say, yeah, the people are changing their food, they're changing their habits, and so on. But this is all part of the whole bullshit to just comprehend why we have always more problems. It's just because man is living against life itself. And that's why in hospitals they are scared because there's a lot of bacteria. Of course, they just put disinfection everywhere, and life want to come back. And the bacteria always get more aggressive because they just try to kill life everywhere. And if it doesn't work, then give some vaccines or even more vaccines. Or why not call the army and try to shoot on it so it will just get bigger again? And of course, this is a constant battle of man against himself, nature, life. Yeah, and of course, who is enough fool to make stuff against life? Yeah, who? I mean, yeah. So you can blame who you want. If it's the scientists, if it's the Jesuit, if it's Bill Gates, if it's the Black Pope or the White Pope. Finally, anytime we point finger on someone, we have three fingers pointing on ourselves. So if we want to blame someone, we know who. As long as people vote, pay taxes, react, and get scared of media, we will remain slaves. And as long as we remain slaves, there will be a master above us. Yeah. And the only way to stop all this is just to stop being slave. Then it's no master no more. And stop being scared of all this media hype bullshit, and realize that life have provided always everything, and it's just man who try to change what life already provides. That's why we get all this kind of scary stuff, and they can use all the tricks, of course, to scare us. because they are all scared completely of life. And as long as we are scared of life, they will be able to use all this. But just as reminder that tomorrow the sun will go up, and this is the reason why I say that, because this is the whole reason why people are scared, because the whole system is based on sun worshippers who are just scared that the sun will not go up tomorrow, because we are coming from evolution, so they have to be a beginning, so they have to be an end. And to say that we want to stay on Earth because we came by accident, so we will by accident disappear. No, we can take our life in hand and create any kind of technology and vaccines and so on to keep on living. And this is exactly the wrong direction the whole system is taking. So question everything and everyone, and think for yourself. And if you want some more videos to question what is really going on, here's some suggestions of videos, so you can watch them in a different language. And talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.